I applied for one just like it in the United States and didn't get it. And here she got it in East Africa. And
Mm.
she loved to aggravate me about that. She got the job I wasn't qualified for. Anyway, she she has 3 boys and a girl.
Mm.
She's still an executive.
Yeah. Hey.
She comes back and when when we needed somebody to talk to those girls about all that sex stuff that I didn't want to talk to them about, she'd come in and do it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and she'd come in dressed as an executive,
Mm-hmm.
and she'd come in as a mother, and
Yeah.
she'd tell those kids, "You can do this too." Sorry
Mm.
about my camera. I don't know what is the matter with this. Keep seeing things it wants to take pictures of, not me. But that was a joy. You know, that was something that just thrilled me. We had another thing that happened early on. Second trip over, we had this woman that went with us, young woman named Kim, and Kim got to know a lady at church named Olivia. And Olivia was finishing up her S6, got pregnant.
Mhm.
She was, the community just shunned her. It was a lot of years ago. It was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
She, there's no chance for her going to college. She had a dream of being a doctor. Kim kept telling her, if that's your dream,
Mhm.
ask God for a way and pursue it with all your worth. Well, from that, Olivia decided that Kim was sponsoring her and she went to university. Well, I didn't have a sponsor for her. So she went this first term. I went over at Christmas. Lisa was with me. Olivia comes in and she says, "Look, I've borrowed money from some bad people. They want their money back. They want it back right now. What am I going to do?" I said, "Olivia, I didn't tell you to go to school.
Yeah.
I can't help you with this. I'm sorry." Well, Lisa and I talked and we decided there was, we could, we actually borrowed the money where she could to pay her. We paid it off for her. I said, "Listen, Olivia, do not go back to school until I tell you I have a sponsor. Do not do it."
Yeah.
We went home. Next time school fees came up, they said, "Olivia went to school. How are we going to pay for it?" And I said, "We're not."
Yeah.
I said, "Listen, the only way I will pay for Olivia to go to school is if somebody sent me a check and said, you use this
Olivia.
for what, use it for whatever." Because
Yeah.
nobody knew about Olivia. Lisa went down to the mailbox. She came back and she had a letter from one of the sponsors, and it was a sponsor we didn't know very well. Lives in Texas, 3,000, 2,000 miles from us. Opened that letter, There was a check. And the woman that said, my business did better this year than it's ever done. And I want to share it with you. Use this money for whatever you want.
Wow.
And it paid for a year and a half of Olivia's tuition. And when it ran out, I called her and I said, can you afford the rest of it? And she did. And Olivia is a gynecologist, or I guess an obstetrician, working there in Kampala. She was at McCrary last time I knew. I talked to her son last week. But you know, you can't make those things up. You know, God,
Yeah.
God's so amazing.
Yeah.
So that's two.
Right. The power of resilience, the power of not giving up, and the power of compassion and empathy, because it all takes empathy and compassion, that amidst even challenges, you are able to develop and extend that compassionate heart with you, because you had a mission that was created by God for you to be able to finish. Now, working with children can be so emotional and intense and also draining. So, how do you personally recharge or stay grounded amidst all this at work?
Prayer, lots and lots of prayer.
Lots of prayer.
You know, we big tough times. You know, I got thrown out once. Um, I was I was there, and I decided I had left my job. Took a leave of absence for 6 months, no pay. I was back there in Uganda. I entered on my visa. They said, you know, go back to the um, immigration and get this extended. I went back to immigration, and they put me in a room with a guy with a great big gun, and this person screaming at me in Luganda. I had no idea what was going on.